is the line now going to be, well, why isn't she doing it by herself?
Yeah, I do think people are going to bring that up. Like, I have great confidence in Dana and CNN to do this. I think it's incredibly weak sauce to show up with your running mate. The fact that they don't have enough confidence in her to let her sit herself, the actual top of the ticket, and do a single interview. In fact, I think the hand wringing and the gyrations over this over the last month show a troubling lack of confidence in her political ability, which also makes you wonder as a voter, well, what kind of president would you be if this kind of a small time decision, can we do an interview or not, what does that look like for your decision making process, so on? So, yes, I think Republicans are going to think it's pretty weak to show up with effectively someone to take up half the time.
Kamala Harris finally agrees to an interview with biased CNN anchor, will bring Tim Walz with her. Now, as you saw from the intro, I think it's pretty weak. I'm astonished that, we waited so long for Kamala Harris to finally do a sit-down interview, and she has to have her running mate with her. But I think there's a reason for that, because even Tim Walz, they didn't want her behind closed doors, allegedly. They don't want Tim Walz to be by himself because he won't know how to answer some of the questions, because even Tim Walz don't know what Kamala Harris actually wants to do, because of the fact that anonymous aides behind the veneer of anonymity are claiming that Kamala Harris changed her positions on fracking and all this other stuff. So then the mainstream media can parrot this talking point or parrot this narrative that, oh no, she's a different candidate now. All of a sudden, she wants to build a border wall, right? And all this nonsense. And apparently, it's going to be pre-taped, right? Let's read a little bit about it. Vice President Kamala Harris will finally sit down on the interview after later this week, nearly 40 days after she became the Democrats' de facto nominee, and she has a running mate by her side. Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will sit down with CNN anchor Dana Bash on Thursday as the vice president has been slammed for refusing to talk to media or host a press conference since being crowned the Democratic presidential nominee. Following Joe Biden's exit from the 2024 race, it appears that the interview will be pre-taped and will air at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, according to CNN. Wow. Pre-taped. It's not even going they ain't even going to do it live, right? So before I go into the next clip I want to show you, I want to highlight that Trump won the battle over the ABC debate rules. They're going to stick to the same rules, right? We have reached an agreement with the radical leftist Democrats for for the debate with comrade Kamala Harris. Trump said on a post on Truth Social, it will be broadcast live on ABC Fake News by far the nastiest and most unfair newscaster in the business on Tuesday, September 10th. The rules will be the same as the last CNN debate. And I think that's all the information which is required. I want to highlight this clip of Dana Bash, the person who's going to be sitting down and doing the interview with Kamala Harris, and some of the reasons why people on the conservative side will call her a biased news anchor. Let's take a look.
2020. I'm saying even if Joe Biden were not running for president, if he were still a private citizen going off into the sunset, would it be okay for the president of the United States, yes or no, to ask another foreign leader to investigate an American citizen?
That sounds like a very oversimplified presentation of what is happening here. What is happening here is the president of the United States says people are talking about this prosecutor, and how they stopped him. Excuse me, in this investigation, we have Joe Biden bragging on tape in January 2018, Dana, saying, and I said I'd be on the ground 90 more minutes, and if you don't believe me, call Barack.
There's no evidence. For the record, there is no evidence that Joe or Hunter Biden did anything wrong. Let's move on. Let's move on to the quote.
Donald Trump did anything wrong, so let's go there.
I'm not saying he did. I'm asking you that very question.
Why are we about to have public hearings?
Okay, so let's talk about that.
President rather than voting on.
Yeah. So the reason why I say she's a biased actor in this is the fact that she said there's no evidence of Joe Biden and Hunter Biden ever colluding or doing anything corrupt, where there's a lot of circumstantial evidence that points to or gives the appearance that they are corrupt. You know, how your unqualified son is some board member for some Ukraine energy company, right? How come there's clips of you, Joe Biden, bragging about the fact that you got a prosecutor fired because you threatened to withhold foreign aid from a country? But she's sitting here, oh, there's no evidence, right? The same way they did the Hunter Biden story, the laptop story. And then CNN has the goal, like Caitlin Collins, to go on Bill Maher, tell Bill Maher, no, No, we call it fairly. First interview. But hey, we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be pre-taped. Probably they're gonna cut out any awkward interactions. They're gonna try to make her look as good as possible. And this is what I'm saying is that Kamala Harris is all fluff, bro. If you want to see the train wreck that will be Kamala Harris's campaign, all you have to do is look at the New York Times news story how Kamala Harris campaign unraveled, and that will give you a good clue of what her advisors, her consultants, and the media is trying to prevent her from happening again. Because I don't think Kamala Harris has learned from her mistakes in 2020. And this is one of my biggest talking points. This is why I say that she's the one who's really scared to debate, not Donald Trump. Right? She seems to not be able to make decisions on her own. That's why she tried to change the terms. She won't have any notes, right? Vance is hitting back at her because apparently she's morphing into Donald Trump, right? It's insane. First, she criticized it, and I got the clip for you guys ready. First, she criticizes the border wall. Now she's stealing policies to try to position herself as tough on the border. Let's take a look.
And folks, on the subject of transnational gangs, let's be perfectly clear. The president's medieval vanity project is not going to stop them. This issue is about a vanity project for this president.
Right.
And it is a problem of his own making.
Right.
And listen, when I travel this country, folks have plenty enough problems that they need their president to focus on.
You know what?
Instead of a wall that, by the way, because I was a prosecutor for many years, including the Attorney General of California, I specialize on transnational criminal organizations.
Yeah.
That wall ain't gonna stop them.
No.
The wall was supposed to be meant as a deterrent, correct? And now she's adopting all these positions in 2024. Apparently, she's trying to pretend that she's tough on the border. 3 years you've been vice president, and the border, you have more border crossings than Donald Trump, and you were dealt the same hand as Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't have a bill to address the border. He didn't have, he had his own party working against him because they didn't agree with the border wall either. Now, all of a sudden, the border wall is popular. The issue that Donald Trump ran in 2016, and now you expect me, a voter in 2024, to vote for Kamala Harris if I am concerned about the border. Make it make sense.
And folks,
Oh my God. Oh yeah. All right. And this is the funny part too. And this is what I'm talking about. 97% of US journalists are Democrats. And there's this idea, and this is what I'm saying. America, inform yourself. America, do your own research, right? Because at the end of the day, as a conservative, I believe if you do your own research, your vote will actually be more impactful. Because one of the reasons why I say do your own research is that you have these people here from Politico, our corrupt leadership. Vance tries to tether Harris to Biden during the Michigan rally. Reply from an ex-user. Tries, she's his vice president.
Are you voting for Trump or Kamala?
Oh, Trump.
Trump? Why Trump?
Hey, look at this. It's like World War III, man.
Yeah.
It's worse than third world countries.
How do you think it's gotten so bad? Like, what do you think's happened? What's caused
Well,
it?
you know, the crook politic and the mayor, he's a crook. He's doing business with the hotels to rob the taxpayers. You know, it's all a scam. All the hotels, all the asylum seekers, they get in the hotel. The mayor is getting paid, and the governor and all that. Yeah. It's a scam. So what is the point of bringing people with no papers, no skills, no language to speak? We got 270 million white Americans out of 330 million. If Trump loses election, it's rigged 200%.
Why do you like Trump? What about him?
Look at him. The economy was, when he first took over, the economy was booming. So China came out with the coronavirus. And you know, people from the inside with the media and all that, they played the role with China. Why? To lock people in the house, to destroy the American economy. It was economically moved.
You're saying the politicians got millions of dollars?
Yes. You know that already if you got any common sense. You think anybody's gonna vote for Camilla? It's not about race. She doesn't make any sense. She doesn't have no goal. She's in office right now. Look what she's doing.
Yeah.
Nothing changed, and nothing will change. For your life, to save the American dream, if there's any left, you gotta vote Trump if you get any common sense.
Like, they're trying to cast doubt on everything. Like, literally, anything that the Republican nominee says, They try to cast doubt on it. And then you got black people out here trying to demonize other black people for why you need to vote for Kamala Harris. You got Plies. I finally know how to say his name right for all the people who gave me hell in the comment section, because I never heard of this guy, but I digress. You got rappers like Plies. I think I still said it wrong. Who's trying to tell you that you shouldn't be asking questions, right? They're bashing Charlemagne right now for the fact that he said that no candidate should be able to win an election without asking any questions. And he's like, you ain't asking Trump to ask questions. The reason why no one's asking Trump to ask questions is because Trump's holding press conferences. He's having interviews. Hell, to the time I'm making this video, he just finished doing an interview with Dr. Phil. He's already doing that. And all Charlemagne is telling y'all, because he wants Kamala Harris to win, all he's telling you is, yo, Vance did 7 interviews in a span of a weekend. Trump is out here doing interviews, press conferences. Kamala's nowhere to be seen. And then y'all want to get mad at Charlemagne. This is funny. This is hilarious. To everyone that's voting for Kamala only because she's black, you can only celebrate her blackness for so long. Life is going to hit you every day. Groceries, crime, gas, open borders, higher taxes, high mortgage rates, funding multiple wars, hoping that there's no terrorist attack here in America. How long did people celebrate Obama's blackness before reality sets in again? And this is history repeating itself. A people that cannot learn from history is doomed to repeat it. Right? And this is what I'm saying. Like, don't lie to me and saying that you're voting for Kamala Harris based on policies. You don't know her policies. We're all making assumptions about her policies. We're hearing conflicting things in the past out of her own mouth. She said she wasn't for the border. Now all of a sudden her aides come out and say, yeah, she's for the border. Like, this is a spectacular metamorphosis, right? Mocking her dramatic shift from being the most liberal sitting U.S. senator to voicing support for Trump's policies like no tax on tips and a secure border. Make it make sense, people. And it's stuff like this is why people don't trust the mainstream media. Stuff like this is why trusting the mainstream media is a partisan issue. Only Democrats trust the legacy media. 58% of Democrats trust the mainstream media. And overall, only 32% of Americans trust the mainstream media. And you wonder why our credibility is down the dumps. You wonder why the audience, the liberal audience, laughs at Caitlin Collins from CNN saying that they just report the news. No, you don't. You craft a narrative. You're part of a machine. No evidence, no support, and you're saying that, oh yeah, Kamala changed her positions on these things. No, she hasn't. She hasn't voiced that directly. Anonymous people said that. Who knows? It could have been Kamala's stepdaughter who said those things. You don't know where that information comes from. It's anonymous sources. And this is the problem that many people are starting to notice. And the fact that people on the Kamala Harris, the fans, stands, whatever you want to call yourself, Kamala supporters, are literally trying to gaslight people into, oh, you shouldn't question a black woman. I don't see no black woman there. I see a biracial woman. So your argument doesn't even hold water. Like, make it make sense. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of the gaslighting. But hey, you guys, let me know your thoughts on this topic. Let me know your thoughts. How you think the interview is gonna go? Do you think she's gonna do good, do bad? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.